Welcome back guys, we're back again. This time we're going to be going over the 117 snapshot with the caves and cliffs and some of the new blocks that you're going to be getting. So we'll be getting back to this spyglass in a minute, but let's start off with some of the blocks. Of course, Grimstone has just been added. Now, if you check it out, we do have some varied blocks here. So we've got polished Grimstone, Grimstone bricks. We have Grimstone tiles, which is pretty cool to see an actual different sort of genre of the blocks. Chiseled Grimstone, of course, that seems to be a thing now, getting chiseled blocks, and I've got to be honest, they're looking pretty cool. I can't wait to start building on these, or with these, sorry. It's just always nice to have a little change in Minecraft, or a change of building style. Of course, they have included the walls to go with them, and slabs and stairs, which is pretty cool. And this video has been brought to you by our awesome sponsor here at Seekerhost. If you yourself are looking for a Minecraft server, check out Seekerhost. They've got some really good packages and some great gameplay with some no lag servers. They've got Java and Bedrock, and you can get going in just a matter of minutes. From DDoS protection and tech support to their very helpful server tutorials, which you can find most things that you're probably going to need for your Minecraft server. I highly recommend these, and I use this service myself for all of my servers. Next on to the copper, and as you can see, some are actually different colour, but I was going to change them back, but I just thought I'd show the aging process. This, of course, being a copper block, has started to age already, and now is looking very similar to an exposed block. However, these are the copper ores that you're going to be finding in your caves and cliffs, and of course just whilst general mining, which you will then be able to craft many things, from tools to copper blocks, exposed copper, weathered copper, oxidised copper, and then you start going into the copper brick style. Here we got a bit of a difference. We've got weathered copper here. However, here we got waxed exposed copper. I'm only assuming that the waxed will keep it in a permanent state of what it is. But as you can see here, they're all slowly changing. So here the weathered copper is changing over, and the longer I leave these, the copper blocks seem to be turning exposed. So that's a really cool element there. And again, I can't wait to get going with some of these builds, because these look very industrialized. I look like I can make warehouses here, different style shops, which I really like to make. And of course they do come included with all these slabs as well, and stairs of course. So with that, let's move on to the next section. So thank goodness we actually have some more hanging blocks now so we can decorate, and of course to decorate the inside of the caves and cliffs, because it's going to look a bit boring, a bit sameish if we don't have stuff hanging off the ceiling. So let's start off first, and it's the hanging roots, which look pretty cool. You can't seem to stack them, so they can't come down more than they originally are. They just seem to be the roots, and they seem to stay in a permanent sort of one block state. Then we'll move on to the pointed dripstone, and of course the dripstone blocks. So the block looks like this, and the pointed dripstone hangs down from the ceilings. These you can actually extend, so if I pop another one on there, it'll get longer. I'm not sure what the maximum is. Let's see if we can dig down a bit, see how far it goes. But it seems to keep going, so you can actually make some really large dripstones there. There is one more cool looking hanging block, but we'll get to that in a minute. Next one that I noticed was the tinted glass. At first, and on the menu, it looks very much like the stained glass. However, when you actually put them side by side, they are a slight bit different. Although not hugely different. But, I mean, you know, it's always good to have another sort of tinted style in there. I do like windows with a different style colour. So, you know, I'm not going to complain at that. That looks pretty cool. Next, we move on to the block of amethyst, or the budding amethyst, and, of course, the shards that come with it. So you've got a small amethyst bud, or you got amethyst cluster. I've left in the range of these just so you can check them out. Of course, these don't stack again like the dripstone do, but they do look very cool, and they have got their other uses. And of course you collect these by breaking them and collecting amethyst shards. We now move on to the glow lichen, which I hope I've said right, but it's sort of like a low light source that's going to be in caves. You can actually collect it using shears, and it's a pretty neat addition, to be honest. I mean, we've been using vines for so long now, although you can't actually climb them, it would be nice to have a different sort of look that you can put around your house, age it a little bit, or potentially in dark areas in your cave if you're going to be making a cave underground. It'd be quite nice for the passageways as well. Next up are the candles, which I love, and you can make them in different arrangements from 1 up until 4. If you hold the candle in your hand and you keep tapping the block, they'll, you know, if you tap it twice or 3 times, they'll change the blocks to this. And if you want to light them up, just grab yourself a flint and steel, light them, and that looks pretty cool if I say so myself. I mean, I'm already imagining the church builds, or just anything Gothic, medieval. Candles are going to be a brilliant addition. Now let's look at some of the plants or blocks here, and we got the flowering azalea and the azaleas. You can see they got a small little stalk there. And they come up and they're just a very small flower. You can't actually put one on top of each other, so you can put them next to each other, but they look really cool. I mean, for different border bushes, I think I'm going to prefer them to actually just putting leaves as border bushes now. And moving on to the big drip leaf, this is pretty cool. As you've probably seen before, this actually interacts somewhat, so if I jump on this, it will eventually drop me, which makes pretty cool ideas for, like, again, mini games and stuff like that. You can make like parkour courses, and they drop back up after a while, as you saw there. Didn't actually count that, it was probably about 4 or 5 seconds, but after it drops me, it then comes straight back up, which is a really neat feature. And it also includes small drip leaves. However, these you don't seem to be able to jump on top of, and there is no real interaction. They do need to be in water, on dirt, in water, and they tend to be in corners as well. I can't seem to be able to make them right in the middle if there's not a corner block there. Moss carpet and moss block, again, something I'm actually quite excited about, although it might seem quite boring because, you know, we have grass and we have paths, but we don't really have a lot to differentiate. And I think there's going to be another pretty awesome addition to be able to change up your landscape and just make it look just that little bit more detailed. And again, you know, instead of hedges, you can start using mossy blocks, moss blocks, and that'd be pretty cool. Now, to the last one of this particular part, and the one that goes on walls, is going to be the spore blossom. Now, this is awesome. I mean, a plant that grows upside down and that drops sort of, you know, green things, particles, whatever they are. Of course, these are going to be like a caves features here, but obviously doesn't stop you from putting them elsewhere, and I think that's really cool. You know, you can put this anywhere from entranceways, of course in your cave houses and stuff like that as well. Now we're almost on to my favourite spyglass, but we're not quite there yet. First of all, as you may have heard already, the Sculk sensor, which of course when you make noise will provide some redstone, sort of like a wireless effect. Obviously you can only imagine the possibilities that you can probably make with this. And it's pretty cool. I mean, it's the first time I'm actually using it, and yeah, it's quite impressive. I do believe the further away you go, you know, the less noise it will detect. As you saw there, the redstone actually only got up to there, whereas if I do it right here, it goes all the way down the full line, so that's pretty awesome. Lightning rod, which I did have to look into a bit myself, so I wasn't too sure. However, this will catch lightning. So say you have yourself a very nice, beautiful house somewhere, and you really don't want the lightning to hit it. You're going to simply put one of these copper rods made with copper ingots, and I believe it's 3 copper ingots up in a line will make yourself a copper rod. You put this on top of your house, and any lightning bolts that go to strike your house will hit the rod instead. One of the qualities that the rod does possess, if it's hit by natural lightning, it will actually create a redstone pulse. So if you put some redstone coming off of it and a lightning hits it, you obviously can't do this with tridents. It does have to be natural lighting at the moment, or lightning. If it does hit it, it'll create a redstone and then will make something else happen if you so want it to. Now, as you can see here, we got a cute looking oxalotl, and this is just to show off the bucket of oxalotl here. We'll pop another one in, and yeah, cool as that, we got ourselves some oxalotls. They seem to stay in the water, but they do need water. Now to have a look at the sacks, because again, another nice feature here. We got sacks which can hold multiple amounts of stuff, as you can see here. Oh, I didn't mean to throw that out there, but you know, I've placed all of that, or 2 different categories of items, into one sack there. And as you saw before, you can actually seem to put more. So if I right click it in there, put 2, it's opened up another 2 spaces, and yeah, we can seem to fit much more than we normally can. Now, the glow ink sack got from the glow squid will of course make stuff glow, such as these item frames here. To do that, if I get myself an item frame and I get myself a glow ink sack, come down to this crafting table, you'll see it takes 1 of each, and you've got yourself a glow item frame. If I set it to night, you can see that it's glowing, and if you look at this one over here before we show the glow berries, you can see that that is also glowing. So onto the glow berries, and as you can tell, they quite clearly glow. These are collected from cave vines, and you can eat them just like sweet berries, and they restore your hunger. Da 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 da! My absolute favourite thing in this whole snapshot has got to be the spyglass. Now, if we just bring that out, and I can guarantee I'm going to be using this a lot on here. So let's look into the distance. What can we see? We can see some cows sort of in the distance over there. Let's have a look through our spyglass now. That's amazing. I love that. And not only that, there is a huge amount of detail. I mean, look at that horse how far he is away, and look how detailed you can see it. I mean, the possibilities of this Spyglass are amazing. Anything from mini games, you know, you could have sort of sniper shootouts between buildings. It's just awesome. I love it. If you're looking for an awesome server to join, look no further than the Shack's servers here. It's a group of servers that I've been running for a while, and we're trying to expand. We're trying to get many things in here and lots of players on because we've made it super fun. So from a survival world with warps, grief protection, item protection within your buildings, villager shops where you can come and trade, you can buy things and sell things easily through the server. We also have available shops for players to actually buy themselves and start selling their own items within the server lobby. Love minigames? Well, we've got some for you here. So from paintball to hide and seek, we've got some pretty well used and pretty cool maps, I've got to be honest. From an awesome Desert City arena to our classic paintball arena and our brand new tower block arena, where you've got multiple levels and you've got to make it and, well, kill the other team. Last but not least, we have got our Toy Story map. Credits to the maker in the description. And if we just follow the way through here, we get taken easily through the portal to this awesome map. Now, who doesn't want to play hide and seek in here? So again, if you're looking for an awesome server to join, don't forget to check out the Shack. I'll leave a link to the Discord and of course the IP address in the description. Love it. So I hope you found that useful, guys. Thanks for watching the video and we'll see you next time. I do apologise if I've missed any blocks. I've tried to get most of the blocks in here, or most of the blocks that I thought people will use, and will be pretty cool to have a look out before we actually get the proper update and we can all start playing on it. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye bye.